Dateline 1935. As the tide of the Second European War turns and the Imperial Front is pushed ever back by our brave boys and girls, we again make a visit to our humble comrades in arms, the Gallian military. Even in this pint-sized nation beset on all sides by the Empire's dogs of war, its people continue to hold the tide of evil at bay. The two militaries are currently locked in a titanic struggle on the plains of Magyar. Live on these besotted grounds is our war correspondent, Cliff Haberdasher.
Greetings, studio. I am currently perched in a muddy Gallian trench 600 meters off no man's land. The air reeks of gunpowder and charcoal, as the brutality of the trench warfare here is rivaling that of the First European War. I can see in the eyes of these young Gallians fear and apprehension, while what truly must seem like hell on earth to them. Yet, behind it I see an undying loyalty and love to their country, well aware that this battle will determine if their way of life can survive for future generations. This determination is shown time and again as they throw themselves against impossible odds and beat the Imperials back at every turn.
That's heartening indeed to hear that little Gallia isn't throwing in the towel yet. And one of these rumors that one of the fabled Valkyria leads the Imperial forces. Surely poppycock that the Empire could possibly command any fighting power so great.
Yes, that is unsubstantiated rumor and Imperial propaganda. Our hated foes are merely capitalizing on the success and unusual technical acumen of their young General Salvaria Bless, trying to attribute a supernatural element to what is merely a streak of lucky victories. As this battle at Magyar demonstrates, hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good tank at
Sorry, what?
The Gallians? She's glowing as well. She's heading to them. That Imperial bitch is also... There.
Gosh damn it, find me a camera, quick!
I'm sorry, studio. The situation is escalating, and I will get back to you with a full reportage once it's safe again. Gosh damn it. Valkyria firm.
Cliff? Have no fear, dear listeners. Cliff Haberdasher is a veteran of reporting on 7 different bush wars. You can all rest assured that he'll make it through the battle unscathed to regale us with its outcome. Remember to buy war bonds and Stucky-like cigarettes as we wait for more. In other news, they say jazz is dead, but 2,000 flapper girls intend to prove otherwise. They are descending before Congress Hill to dance to Charleston for 18 hours straight in support of women's suffrage. Our weird news department will cover the whole sordid affair at 8. Stay tuned. Better get back to the game. Let's get to the radio. Women's right to vote. What will they think of next? Crazy world. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Valkyria Chronicles. We had a humongous, big throwdown at Magyar last time, and crazy plot twists and swerves is getting out of control, guys. So, as if a little breather, we have this report in between. Oops, try and catch our breath after everything that's happened in Magyar. Remember, we got ourselves an all own Valkyria now, apparently.
Sir, may I come in?
Well, sure.
Reese, any results on that thing I asked you to look into? Yes, sir. For starters, this bullet you gave me. Its shape and markings perfectly match rounds used by an experimental Gallian sniper rifle.
We already determined that last time. Well, a long time ago.
I see. So Alicia really was shot by someone inside the Gallian force.
Or someone who wants to frame Gallia, although how the Imperials would have gotten hold of it was experimental.
So, any leads on who fired it? Yes, sir. Tell me, Kreese. The night before the shooting, records show Lieutenant Lanzit checked out the rifle.
Carl? Our engineer?
What? Faldio had the gun? Are you sure that's not some mistake?
No, that's right. Faldio was also a Lanzet.
It's rare for a tank commander to ask for a sniper rifle, so the clerk remembered him. Sir, only 2 of those rifles exist right now. One is confirmed to be locked in the arsenal. The other was checked out to Lieutenant Lanzet and has yet to be returned.
Well, I guess it really was Faldio, but he sure really covered his tracks very well.
I can't. It's hard for me to believe, too. Faldio? It couldn't be.
Well, I mean, his face is gigantic on the left page here, and it appears that the final panel is him being super salty at Welkin, so I do believe we have our culprit.
Hey, Faldio. You in? I guess not.
No, I was kind of wondering if that was the whole episode.
Notes on the Valkyrian race. The anthropology of the Valkyria.
Why, this is
Maybe he was reading up on the enemy.
eugenics. It's disgusting.
This is his handwriting. Alicia must be made to awaken. What? Alicia must be made to awaken. No matter how much I try, I can think of no other way.
I'm gonna have to shoot my best friend's girlfriend.
I almost wish I had never joined them on that expedition to the Barius ruins. I'm convinced that the inner chamber was built to admit only Valkyria. But the door opened at her touch. That could only mean that the blood of their tribe courses through her veins. Still, I was shocked to find her bathed in that uncanny light that night in the field. Though I doubted my eyes, I never once doubted. That light was the Valkyrian blue flame.
Wait, sorry, when did that happen?
Ultimately, I had no choice but to accept the simple truth that Alicia is one of them. I'd already begun to question all I knew. The walls of the temple sanctum were inscribed with the Valkyria's account of history. History as it truly was. We are all taught of the Darkson calamity, and how their actions forever scorched the land. But this account told a different story. The Valkyria invaded this land from the north, slaying the indigenous Darkson people as they came. Their grasp of Ragnite technology and the art of war were vastly superior. They trained the destructive power of Ragnite on the Darkson's land, burned it to ash, then had the gall to pass the blame for their inhuman deeds off on their Darkson slaves. Darksons have borne that stigma ever since, while the Valkyria became godlike saviors.
What?
The victors simply rewrote the history books.
Okay, well, yeah.
The Barius ruins promulgate a lie to all but their own descendants as hard fact. Reading about the Valkyria's power, the true face of these saviors, left me stunned.
Okay, so I guess I can sort of see that. That's a common tactic in history, demonizing one team, but why would they leave writings that
Yet at the
prove
same time, I cannot help but think of how useful it could be to us now.
That just makes the Valkyria seem comically evil if they're bragging to themselves. I mean, obviously they lie to their own children.
Since then, I've investigated every text and report on the Valkyria I could find. They lead me to believe that at least a few scions of the Valkyria must have survived to this day. All across Europa, these rare individuals live and die unaware of their own nature.
Jeez, what book are you writing,
But
Faldio?
history has recorded rare cases of individuals who have awakened to their powers.
In the Book of Exposition, apparently.
Their stories share one common thread. All of them suffered grave wounds before awakening. If those accounts are correct, the blood of the Valkyria stirs at the approach of death. Their power, having slept for thousands of years, bursts awake at one step shy of the end.
Okay, what about people who Valkyria-blooded who are about to die of old
Once
age?
awakened, if one of these individuals takes hold of the refined Ragnite arms of their ancestors, they make their mark on history as one of the Valkyria of old.
Is it like on their deathbed, Grandma just bursts into blue flames?
I couldn't stop myself. I stole the Valkyrian lance and shield out of the university archive. Supposedly, their blood serves to amplify the Ragnite's natural power.
Well, Faldio, I wouldn't be surprised if you yourself were a Valkyria at this point, if you're just writing down evidence of your own crimes.
I have no idea what science lies behind it. Perhaps it's a consequence of their origins in the Ragnite-rich northern regions. Regardless of the reason, the Valkyria's life force itself calls forth a reaction from the stone. The enemy Valkyria decimated our forces on the Magyar plains. I could not afford to stay my hand on account of ethics. I had the rifle, and I forced myself to use it.
Boy, did that turn out lucky.
I shot her. I placed the lance and shield on her unconscious form.
Would have sucked if my theory was wrong and my buddy's girlfriend wasn't a goddess in hiding.
Insecurity and guilt. Hands red with blood of my best friend's love. But now I know. The choice I made was right.
Very awkward.
Faldio! Hello, Lieutenant Gunther. Is something wrong? Faldio, where is he? Sir, Captain Virat just called him in. He left only a minute ago.
You're kinda not supposed to be in here. This is kinda personal quarters. And he's gone. Well, what's there to confront at this point? I mean, we know why Faldio did it. And
Faldio, I'm only going to ask you this once. Was it you who shot Alicia?
he wrote in the paper he did it!
I shot her.
Tell me why. Why did you have to shoot her?
Well, he told that it is...
Gallia needed her. Now let me ask you a question. How else do you think we could have won that battle? If not for Alicia's power, Gallia would have most certainly lost.
That is kinda true.
I still can't.
And not just this battle. I'm talking about Gallia's future. How else are we supposed to survive Welkin, caught on either side by giants? It's Alicia, our Valkyria. She's the only one who can protect us from them.
Wrong.
No pressure on her.
Our side gaining power won't end this war. All it does is escalate the conflict.
That's enough. Listen to each other. You may both be right, but still, you're both very wrong.
What does that mean?
I don't claim to have the perfect answer either. However, regardless of the reason, attacking one of your own comrades is deplorable. By Gallian military law, I remand you to the stockade until further notice, Faldio. And you, Welkin. 24 hours in isolation for engaging in fisticuffs.
Was a pretty good right hook, though. Okay, so,
Chapter 15, Citadel Ghirlandaio.
well, I guess I'm glad that Faldio finally had a point to this plot. Ooh, a new skirmish battle. See, I was told about this. I think this one is... Oh, I haven't even done the Marbury skirmish. Oh, I don't really feel like it. This one's... Yes, I heard about this. It's apparently a very easy skirmish, because it's the one we did in Brule, so... You just have to... I believe it's just you do the same thing as you did in the Brule mission. This sounds kind of tough, this Marbury skirmish, if it still has the invulnerable machine guns. I really hate those things. That's why I haven't done it. I felt like, I don't want to try, and... Well, I guess I do need to grind a bit with those, because I was really at the skin of my teeth when I did the fight against the Dromedary, but, not headquarters, what am I doing? Yeah. Episode select, that's what I want to do. So Faldio finally had a plot part to play, because he's been kind of just hanging around like, hey, I'm Wilkins' buddy who talks occasionally, and guess I'm glad he finally did something, although his plan was again a bit cockamamie. Again, it turned out that Alicia wasn't a Norse goddess. Then it would have been interesting to explain why he shot Alicia there. Ah well, well, what happens now then? We're going to Citadel of Girlandio. Oh, the Fella Citadel. And we have is Alicia back in our team now? Is she gonna be the scout, or is she gonna have her lance seat?
Thanks to the victory at Nagyar, our forces have pushed the enemy back to the border.
Oh, sick.
The Imperials are currently holed up in the Citadel at Girlandio.
Girlandio.
That's a really tough word. Oh, that's the Fortress of
crucial
Doom.
checkpoint along the commerce routes tying Gallia to the east since medieval times. The pass at Girlandio had been fortified for ages.
That's the place where Maximilian and his buddies
The
hang
existing
out.
structure was rebuilt as a modern
I think.
fortress during the First European War, and its grounds were littered with the casualties of war.
And I think it's where they were hanging out in all the cutscenes and go to the Imperial side.
In the current war, it housed the Empire's command center, and now it stood as their final stronghold.
Okay, so is this the final mission? It sounds like it is, cause Nagyar wasn't.
What's our strategy for attacking the Citadel, Captain?
I still haven't received any details on our orders from above yet.
I like how she pronounces details. Details.
Oh, stop your worrying, Virat. I came here myself to give you your orders.
You can all relax. I'm here now.
General Damon, I'm honored, but why not just send a messenger?
Your regiment really showed him up out there at Nagyar.
I liked how that one girl glowed like a nightlight.
In return, I'm granting you the honor of assaulting the Citadel at the van of the army.
Man of the army.
Sir?
Here are your orders. There's a supply line running into the Citadel. We're sending a train car loaded down with explosives along it to blow us an entrance. The militia will run along the track ahead of it, flipping the right rail switches.
Oh my...
Flipping rail switches, sir?
Oh, I like Marat's incredulousness there.
This while dodging a hailstorm of bullets? That sounds like a suicide mission, sir.
Yeah, well, that's your specialty, isn't it?
What are you talking about? It's the perfect challenge for your fearless crew.
I'm sure you're all looking forward to this one.
If we succeed here, the Empire will finally be forced out of Gallia for good. You'll pave the way for the real army. You got that, Virat?
The real star of the show will take over once you've blown up your little piddly train.
Damn it. Another mission they don't have the guts to do themselves.
Wow, who's this guy? He's got like a face and everything. He's not just hit him in a helmet. He's got a super dynamic voice. Damn it.
Maybe. But it's a mission that somebody still needs to do.
Oh, you know why they have this guy here? It's because Valdio's in the stockade, so they can't have him be the talking head like he would usually be at this point.
Precisely. As the general said, if we win, the Empire will be driven out of Gallia.
So they had to introduce this like random dude here.
Let this be our final battle. I'll await good news from the field. Dismissed.
Oh, sick! It is the final mission. Or, I guess it's... two final missions, I think. Look at the map, there just would be two, mission thingies. The cruelest order. I hesitate to imagine what could possibly be.
Mother, where are you?
Hey! There's a survivor here! It's too late for the mother. Come on, we've got to get the child out. Now!
Mother, where are you? Mother! Mother!
Sire?
Tell your children not to hold my hand.
That incident grows old and stale. Silvaria, what news have you from the front?
Sire,
They seek to push our soldiers past the border, and the total of their forces approach those of our own.
I see.